Okay,
What
sir.
the government, what is actually going to be paid. It's a different thing
Okay, sir.
when they offer. So when they are allotting, they actually now take their money. But you see this
Okay.
minus this, it's actually what the government is going to get. Then at maturity, I don't know if you are feeling me. Then at maturity, the government pays you
Most anything, sir.
this figure.
Okay.
I don't know if you are following me. This is what the government is offering. I'm just using it as an example. The government allotted this. But what the government is actually paying you
Okay, sir.
is this figure. So what you are actually going to pay, let's just I'm just assuming that this is a single person, right?
Okay, sir.
I'm just assuming that this is a single person.
Ben Macron.
What this means is the government is only going to get 28 billion naira from that particular one. But at maturity, the government pays this because it's a discount. Please, if it's not clear, somebody signify. If it's not clear, somebody signify. Okay, please go on. What is it confusing? Where is it confusing to you? Please speak. Please unmute your mic and speak. Hello? Hello? Where is it not clear? Or should I go over it again?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Remember when we started, I said the government offers you this at
Zoo.
the discounted value, which means, for example, I use the 100,000 as a um I use 100,000 naira as an example. The government gives you, the government says okay, or you are saying you're offering 100,000 naira, right? Like that's the power value you are supposed to get. That's what you are willing to put in, right? Then let's say this figure, this allotment fee now is what the government is agreeing to subscribe to, right? But you see those people that actually subscribe, it's an assumption. They only are going to bring this this 28 this 28 that I put in here. This 28 that I put in here is what they are actually going to bring. This five that is here, that you are seeing here, this five you are seeing here, right, is the amount that they actually are going. This is the interest that is going to be earned. This one in green is actually what's going to be earned. But the value you are actually subscribing to is this. So if you add this and this together, if you add this one, I don't know if you are seeing my cursor. If you add this 28 billion and this 5 billion together, you get this 34 billion. But what you are actually going to pay is this 28 billion. Is it clear, somebody? Hello? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
What
sir.
you're going to pay is 28, this 28 billion. But what you are getting at maturity, it will be this 34 billion. And what is the reason? Interest rate, the discount rate that the government is offering. So you are not actually going to pay the full maturity. You are just going to pay, you're just going to give the government the discounted value. Then at maturity, you get your par. Par means the actual value at maturity. That when your bill matures, that's when you get. So you are giving out 85,000, as I use that example. You are giving out 85,000. Well, when you are actually when the bill actually matures, you are going to get 100,000. I don't know if that's clear. That's what it really means. This is for just 1 days. Now let's go to, because it might not be exactly the same. So let's analyze the one for let's say 182 days, right? Let's say the one for 182 days. Let's say for um, let's say for 182 days, then we have maturity date, right? Then we have discount rate, treasury views. So the issue date, let's say still that 19th, right? 02 2025. Settlement date obviously is 20th. And then the maturity date. Now, this time around is 182 days, right? This. So settlement date plus 182 will give us 21st of August 2025, right? Then the discount rate that we're getting, let's go back to that slide. The discount rate we're getting is how much? 18%, right? What we're getting is 18, what the government offered for this 182 days is 18%. So we're using 18%. Then the treasury equivalent rate. Let's roll together. So let's say all we need is, we know the function we're looking for, right? We click. Our settlement date is this. And then we have maturity date. Then we have discount rate. Close your bracket. The actual interest that you are getting is this. Let me use this. This is the actual interest you are going to be getting for those 182 days. This is the actual. But because of the time value of money, right? The treasury bill equivalent to what you are actually getting is going to be 18% you will get to. But the real value, the real cost to the government is this 20% because of what we call the time value of money. Because normally, if you are not getting your interest upfront, what you'll be earning is this 20%. I don't know if you get me. Am I clear? Am I clear? Please raise your hand. Like, please talk. Or you're clear, you're good with it.
Yes, sir.
Or you're good with it. Very thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let's say, in the markets now, what happened was the government offered, let's say the government offered 120 billion. Right? The government offered, you see in this country that we are in, we like money and Nigerians like money, but the government offered 120 billion here. Right? Government offered 120 billion. So we're using the offer now. Let's use the offer. 120. What was subscribed to? Let's find out. It's 49 billion. Actually very poor. There's a point where we are coming to. So the allotment, government only allotted 34 billion. So the government now, the interest that you're actually earning, right? This, right, is this. What am I? Anyone is fine. So this is what it was allotted, Rabbi. multiplied by 18%. So this is the interest that is actually earned. 6 point something billion, 6.2 billion is what is earned. I don't know if you're following me. Let's come down. Use this. This. And then we come down and use this. Okay. The interest that you're actually earning is this, right? Which means this value that I subscribe to it minus this interest. What am I even saying? No vex. So it was supposed to be I-910 I'll use. So to calculate the interest end is this minus the rate, right? 6 points. This is the allotment. Okay. All right. I was on track. I just made a mistake. So what this really means is what the government. So this, right, is what was allotted minus this 6 billion. So what the government actually got subscribed to, this is what the government is actually going to receive. This is what the government is actually going to receive. But where the big block is coming is the 364 days. Because the longer the tenure, the more money they get. So the government is getting 28, right? The government is getting 28 as its interest, as what it's going to get. But the amount the government is going to pay as maturity is this 34. Government now is going to receive this 28, but at maturity, the government will pay out this 34 because of what? The discount rate. I hope you can see now, as you can see, people didn't really subscribe to this 180 days. In the first one, people subscribed to this. The offer that the government gave in this 182 days was 120 billion, but only 49 point something billion was subscribed to. But what the government actually allotted was 34 billion. Right? Now let's look at what happened with the 364 days. Right? So let's go again. Issue date. This thing is very simple and straightforward. Right? Then we have maturity, and then we have discount rate. Right? And then we have treasury bills. Okay. Are we following, please? So we have the treasury bills equivalent yield rate. So what was issued? Let's say the issue date is what? 19th of February, as we all know, 02/2025. I'm just trying to show you the actual cost it is, what the government is actually giving out and what is actually earning. I mean, what the government is actually getting and what is actually paying, the actual cost to the government. But who are the benefactors? I mean, the benefactors, we the people. You give out your money, you get. But I tell you for free, the safest security, the safest way you can invest your money, treasury bills, is the risk level is incredibly low. It's incredibly low. There's no much risk to it because you know it's a short-term instrument and you can get your money. Then how to go about the subscription, I will just explain it because it entails you subscribing paying to CSCS, and then working with a bank that actually um that actually participates in the auction market, right? If you have a bank that participates in, and you must have the amount that you are bidding, and the minimum bid you can bid is about 50 million. But that's in the primary market, oh, not secondary. In the primary market, the minimum is 50 billion. 50 million, I mean, sorry, 50 million. But in the secondary market, you can now buy. And what most of these banks do is they actually go and buy in bulk. They buy much and then they sell in the secondary market. That's where they make their money too. There are various ways these people use to make money, but this is just one of it. Safest risk. Then we have settlement days. Let's go on.
People want to get away.
Then we have maturity date. This
Eh?
time around, we're talking about 364 days, right? I will even put it on top. This plus 364. Let's see, this is 91 days. We'll align it properly. We want it to be in the middle. So I put it in the middle, right? For this one, 182 days.
Oh, God. Hello, Bolewa.
We'll align it properly. For this one, we use 364 days.
Come down, okay, you.
And
Yeah,
then
you
come
come
back
out.
to the middle.
Okay, oh, yeah, Bolewa.
Please, whoever is on this call, please mute your mic. Biko, mute your mic. What is our treasury equivalent rate? We have TBO. So we have our settlement date, which is this, comma. We have our maturity date, which is this, comma, and then we have our discount. Close your bracket. What the government actually, the actual cost to the government is 22%. The actual cost to the government is 22%. So now let's come back to see what the government offered, right? Let's come back to see what the government actually offered in the market. The government offered to give us 500 billion, right? The government offered to give out government's offer was 500 billion, right? But what happened? Eventually, the total number of people that subscribed were higher than the government's offer, which is 2 point something trillion was what was actually subscribed to. And only 2 point something trillion were subscribed. That they subscribed to it to 2 trillion 296 333 482. This is the total number of, this is how much was subscribed to. But what did the government eventually allot? Just 704 billion. 704 377. Now you can see that this thing was actually oversubscribed, but the government accepted. But they only accepted what they feel is right for them, and the bid was the same, was between 16.5 and 25%. But the government only accepted a bid around the range around 18.43%. That's what the government put as stop rate. The government decided not to go higher than that. So what this really means is the interest that will be earned, right? Interest that will be earned will be how much? Don't forget that this is what was subscribed to times this. Sorry. interest earned, right, is this value multiplied by this. That's the interest earned. What do you mean, man? Hmm. This is the interest that is actually going to be earned. Oh, this is wrong. Sorry. What's 18% of this? So it was 129 billion. That is the interest that is earned on this. 129 billion is what the interest is going, that is the interest that will be earned on this. So what this really means is this will now be your this what this really means is this interest earned, you can call it a principal, right? But it's because you are earning your interest upfront. So let's just say this your the allotment, right, minus this. So this 574 billion, right, so this 574 billion is the amount that the government is actually going to be getting. Hold on, please. All right. So this amount, right, is what the government is actually going to be getting. So I don't know if this is clear, but this amount is what the government is actually getting now. But at maturity, the government pays this. Please, is this clear? Is this clear? Hello? Is this clear?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So the best thing that we can actually do, the safest investment for me, in my own opinion, is your treasury bills. This is what can give you guaranteed back. You know that for sure you are getting your money back. There are a lot of other people companies. Let me not lie to you. There are companies that you go out, you give them fixed debt, right? But to get your money back, it might be a story, a super story when it is at maturity. But basically, if you want to know how much you are earning at maturity as at so date, this is you can do your own analysis to know how much, what the actual cost is to the government and what you are actually getting, because you are getting your interest upfront. There's what we call, there are companies that do what we call commercial papers, right? It's also a kind of security. It's also a kind of security. But where this is special is this one now actually tells you, they can tell you 30%. They can tell you 30% discount rates. That's a company giving out its commercial papers. They can tell you 30%. That's their rate. But in actual reality, by the time you're getting your interest upfront, what you are getting is 24 point something percent. Because of that time value of money, they have to factor in that. It must always be. Maybe when we have time, we can buttress our points, we can get into that deeper. But for now, let's still stick with this few. Maybe in another class, maybe we are talking maybe let's call it, let's say maybe treasury bonds or the likes. When you know you can subscribe to it. Don't think you cannot subscribe. You can, but you might not be able to just subscribe in the primary market. But in the secondary market, you can actually participate actively. As a student, you can do it. It doesn't matter whatever you do. Now there are other options. There are fixed debts that you can put your money into. If you have 1 million, put your money in fixed debt in companies that give you good rates. There are other companies that give you good rates and you are fine. You give you a proper rate and you'll be okay with it. There are other companies that will offer you less. Because of that, they don't believe that the rates they will give you is actually going to pay them, because whatever monies they are collecting from you, they are using it to fund their own working capital. They're using it to get their own business moving, and they get profits, they get income. So that income is what they share with you. That profit is what they share with you, and they give you as your own rate. It doesn't matter whether you give them or not. What these companies do, let me just tell you now, it's a fact. They take your money from you. They can use it to buy long-term instruments, right? You can use it to buy long-term instruments and then get their returns. But if you on your own that you cannot afford so much amount, you can just decide to buy from the secondary market and you also be a part of that share. That's if you go to a company direct and say you want treasury bills, or you go to your bank, if your bank is actually one of those that participate and you tell them you want to buy treasury bills, and no, they can actually help you, they can explain to you how to go about it. It's best to go to a bank that understands it, then they will lead you aright. But you must have the funds in the account that actually matches up to what you are offering. But most of these banks that give you this thing, most of the people that participate, they offer at their own rate, and if it works for them, fine. As you're saying that people are putting it at this rate. So with all these, right, these three scenarios, what do you think is happening with our money? Now, all of this, like I said, if the budget is at deficit, the government has to look for various ways to fund that deficit. You see that balance, that deficit balance, the government uses this to fund it. Whatever it is, the government uses, the government can actually go for treasury bonds. We are not talking of treasury bonds per se, but treasury bonds are long term. They could be 5 years, they could be 7 years, they could be 10 years loan that the government gets from you. All you get is what? Coupon, right? If it's in USD, if it's in dollars, they call it Euro bond. All you get is what? Coupon. They'll be giving you coupons, I think, and like twice in a year or so. They pay you coupon. That's for bonds. But treasury bills is different, it's short term. But for bonds, it's long term. And people that go for bonds, shitload of money. Pardon my language, but this is basically what treasury bills entails. It's very straightforward. And Excel helps you to know how much you want to calculate. It helps you to know how much you are actually getting. So for you to know the actual rate, now this is the, don't forget that where this part that I highlighted as red, right, is what the actual cost. I mean, this is what the government is paying, right? This is what the government is actually getting. But this is the interest that it is paying. So it allotted this amount, but it's getting this amount, right? And it's paying this green amount. This means, as at this point, this discount rate you are seeing, is the rate you are getting. But the actual yield rate is 22%. I don't know if you get me. The actual yield rate is 22%. So Excel helps you to be able to do any of these things. There are so many other things that you can, if you are talking about bonds, you can use this to calculate your bond yield rate. You can know, okay, the government is giving you so amount. Excel is so wide. This same Excel uses the code, use to do analysis for everything. But if you per chance are willing to enter into the bills market, you could maybe, I don't know how you can get it, but you can reach out to the this and I can send a better explanation or better parts for you to do that. But for now, I think at this point, I'll have to bow out. But then, can I just ask, do you have any questions that you might want to ask that relates to it? Do you have any questions that relates to it? that you did not get at all? Kindly raise your hand up. Okay. 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 Oh, okay. Sorry, I just saw your chart. I didn't see that earlier. The maturity input. Wait. Are you okay?
I think
Yes.
he wants you to click on the maturity cell so that it can know the formula you use in getting
Okay.
the date. I think
All
that is
right.
what he wants. Annie.
Okay. The date, right? Just the date.
Yeah, the maturity date. He wants you to click on the cell so
Yeah.
that the
This
the
is it.
formula can show. Yeah, exactly.
This
Plus,
is it.
but on my own system, it's still showing value. It's not showing date. I don't know why it's like that.
It's not showing date. Did you type it
Yeah, the same.
exactly this way?
Yes, sir. It's just showing value, and I don't know why it's like that here.
You don't know why it's like that. Hmm. It's just
Mine
showing.
should value here and not adding. The guy is also asking another question.
Okay.
Then he said mine should value here and not adding. I don't really understand that.
I don't understand.
Yeah. I think he's having the same issue with me. The same issue I'm having
Same
is
issue.
what he's trying to say. Yeah, he's trying to
All
say
right.
his own is also showing value and not
Okay. You know
adding up.
what? You know what?
Same
If
issue I'm having
it's
here.
it's seeming a little complicated, you can just type in the date normally.
Eh,
Just type
no,
in
you
my.
know the way you did it, it helps us to know. Okay, oh, maybe for instance, you are working on 365 days. It helps
Yes.
us to know the actual date for that 365 day. But now, if you are
Yes.
going to type in manually, then we have to
Yes.
calculate it manually. That okay, maybe if we are working on 365 days from
Yeah.
January 1, 2025,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'll be putting December 31st,
Okay.
2025.
Okay. I get you now. And you typed
Yeah.
it exactly the same. You
Yeah.
show. Ah, honest. I
Don't
don't know why
know.
it's like that.
So I don't know how to. Okay, this is my screen. I don't know if my screen can.
Can you? How will
Can
I
you
put?
see my screen, sir?
Yeah.
Can you see my screen, sir?
Wait, I'm coming. Let me check. I'm seeing. Kindly zoom in.
Yeah, can I
Zoom
zoom
in
in?
properly.
Oh, okay, I think I'm using my phone to display, so I don't know. Okay, yeah, I can. So, can you see the issue date, the
Can you
maturity date? Then,
tilt your phone to
yeah,
the
can
left?
you?
I can't see clear.
Okay, so let me clear my camera. Can you see, sir?
I can't see. It's very faint.
I put the equal to that cell F7 plus 364 date, but it's still
Mm-hmm.
showing value like this.
It's showing value. Oh, that's a wrong.
Yeah, that's the problem we are having. I think that's the same problem Mr. Aware is also having. I think.
Oh, okay. I get now. I get it now. I get. Please hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. I don't know why it's like that, but let's try. Let's try it. Let's try it somewhere, some other way. Ah, and it's easier that way. Oh. That way would have been the best. To not stress it. Oh. Mm, let's see. And you're sure you typed it the same way? Because I can't really see your screen though, to be honest. Let's see this. And it's not showing you clearly. No, they're actually not formatted, Pasty. You know what?
Yes.
Mr. Lale,
Yes.
please, can you ask them, because Excel can be very sensitive. Can you
Yeah.
ask them to not just following the formula that you use,
Mm,
but they should check the exact place, like the exact cell their number is. For example, if your own is in cell 10 and you're saying cell 10 plus something plus cell
yes.
11, something like that.
Yeah.
If their own is in 9, for example,
Yes.
and they are pressing cell 10, it will
It will
not
not.
respond
It will not
to that
respond.
code.
Yes. Yes. Of course.
So,
Yes.
so beyond writing the same, yeah, exactly. So beyond writing exactly the same formula, check the particular cell, what the command that you want the stuff to be. Because if it's of that cell, it will definitely respond. But if it's not, even if you're not checking somebody's formula, it might be
Mm.
an error. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
I get what
Yeah,
you're saying.
Mr. Ojo, I get you very clearly.
Yeah.
And we are not using his own formula actually. We are just following his steps. We are using different cells on our laptop. But the problem here is we do the same thing, but it's just showing hash value, then exclamatory mark. And I think that
Mm.
Mr. Away is also having the same problem.
Same issue.
Yeah. So I don't know
Sorry,
why.
can I come in? What I would
Yeah.
like to
Please do.
advise is that if Mr. Awe Moses, if you are using your laptop to join the class, can you just kindly help us present from your end? Or
Mm-hmm.
if the second party who is also having the same issue, if you can also maybe try to join using your
I
laptop
could just.
if
I
you
could
can
just stop.
join.
Then
Okay.
stop.
Exactly, if you can join with your laptop, then we can see where the issue lies, then we try to rectify that as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is
Let's
that
see if I
fine? Will you
can.
present?
I'll wait. Try and see if I can log in with my laptop because my Wi-Fi is a little bit slow in the one box.
Okay.
I
Okay.
want to try.
But please try. Let's try.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
look at it so we can know if there are other people having these issues.
Exactly my point.
But just so you know, is your Excel in this format date? This one that this date format. This date is it there?
What date are you talking about?
Do you see where my cursor is?
Yes, yes.
Is it on this? Is it on date?
Yeah. Okay. Let me check.
Check that.
Because I actually inputted it manually, the same way
Mm-hmm.
you did it.
Yeah. But is it on date?
Okay, I'll check and see.
Check.
It's showing something like general
Click on date.
date. Okay.
Then again, you need to understand that there are different date formats, so it has to be
Mm-hmm.
day, month and year. So ensure you are having day, month and year, then change the format from general to date.
Date.
Mr. Awe, can you present from your end so we can also see your screen, then try to rectify it?
Oh, I'm waiting. Oh, please present. Hello? Should I stop presenting so you can present? Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okay, I get, sir. I get, sir. No problem, sir. Okay, you know what? You know what? Ah, mm, but Mr. Edu, please. Are you still on? Hello? Mr. Edu, are you still on, please? Okay, I think he has joined.
Yeah, I'm
Hello,
still
sir.
on. It was because I was trying to switch to
Your
my
system.
laptop, so that was why it was logged out from the phone automatically.
Okay,
But I'm
okay,
still on.
okay, 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 okay. Just know if you're successful. So let's see how we can correct that error.
No, no.
Mhm. Okay, we're waiting, please, because we're supposed to close at 2. At 1. Waiting, please. But while we're waiting for Mr. Ido, I hope the way we did it, I hope it's understandable, like it's clear. Because I could decide to just check an option and just give you an example and then an assessment to just try during the week. Then you could maybe submit maybe by Friday before the next class. Is that fine? Oh, okay. Very clear. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. I think aside that, does anybody have any other questions that can? Yeah, you said? Mr. Edo, I didn't hear you, please.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I can just use the manual method because I don't know
Okay.
what's wrong with my laptop. I don't know how to share screen stuff.
Okay.
But I can use the manual method. Just give us the assessment, so we'll use that to practice.
All right. All right. Let's
Thank
see.
you.
By evening, I'll send this thing. Then Mr. Olamide will share to you guys. That's fine. All right. So thank you very much, guys. I think we had a great class. It's been wonderful to me. I myself, I learned from it. To be honest, I learned from it. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. So Mr. Olamide, are you here, sir?
Yes, 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 I am.
Mhm. All right. All right, sir. So I think I'll take my bow
So
here.
thank you very much.
Let's do this. Yes. Thank
Thank you. Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So,
Thank you.
so, um, so moving on. So we've done financial modeling, we've done audit, we've done treasury. Next week we'll be going for taxation. I'm very sure to give a very lovely class. So I think this is where we'll call it a day. Do enjoy the rest.